Good evening to everyone. My name is R. Sekaran, currently pursuing BTech final year in Electronic and Instrumentation Engineering at Shastra University. In this presentation, we are going to see law of demand in managerial economics. Let's go into the presentation. Before going into the presentation, we will see the topic covered in this presentation. The topics covered are what is demand, functional relationship of demand, types of demand, demand schedule and demand curve, law of demand. In law of demand, assumptions of law of demand, exceptions of law of demand. These are the topics covered in this presentation. Let's go into the presentation. Demand. What is demand? Need, willingness, ability to pay, desire, want. Together called as demand. Need to buy a particular commodity is called demand. Desire. If I wish to buy a watch, then it comes under demand. Want. Want is nothing but a basic need. From hunger, the basic need for me is food. It comes under the demand. Willingness. If I'm willing to buy a particular item, then it comes under the demand. The ability to pay. If I'm able to purchase a certain commodity, then it comes under the demand. Need, willingness, ability to pay, desire, want. Together called as demand. Let's see the proper definition of demand. According to Robertson, other things being equal, the lower the price at which a thing is offered, the more a man will be prepared to buy it. Robertson states that if the price of the commodity is low, the quantity demanded for the particular commodity will be more. This is the definition given by Robertson for demand. Let's see the definition given by Marshall for demand. According to Marshall, the greater the amount to be sold, the smaller must be the price at which it is offered in order that it may find purchasers. Or in other words, the amount demanded increases with the fall in price and diminishes with the rise in price. The Marshall states that if the price of the commodity increases, the quantity demanded for the particular commodity decreases. Or if the price of the commodity decreases, the quantity demanded for the particular commodity increases. Thus, it states that there is an inversely proportional relationship between there is an inversely proportional relationship between the price of the commodity and the quantity demanded. These are the definition given by Robertson and Marshall. Let's move on to the function relationship of demand. Before going into the function relationship of demand, let's see what is law of demands. Law of demands is as same as the definition given by Marshall. Law of demand shares an inversely proportional relationship between price of the commodity and quantity demanded. It states that if the price of the commodity is higher, the quantity demanded is less. If the price of the commodity is less, the quantity demanded is high. Same as the definition given by Marshall. Then we move on to the function relationship of demand. Demand is a function of price. It can be expressed as D equal to F into P. D is demand, P is price. F is nothing but functional relationship. Then we will see the type of demands. There were 20 types of demands. We have a look at it. Direct and derived demands, domestic and industrial demands, perishable and durable goods demands, new and replacement demands, final and intermediate demands, individual and market demands, total market and segmented market demands, autonomous and induced demands, long run and short run, joint and composite demands. These are the different types of demand in the market. Then we will see what is demand schedule. Demand schedule is nothing but a tabular presentation showing different quantities of a commodity that would be determined at different prices. There are two types of demand schedule: individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. Individual demand schedule is nothing but if the demand schedule talks about the demand by a particular individual, then it is called individual demand schedule. Market demand schedule. If the demand schedule talks about the demand by two or more individuals, then it comes under the market demand schedule. Then we will see the demand curve. As I said earlier, there is an inversely proportional relationship between quantity demanded and the price of the quantity. Thus, we can clearly see the inversely proportional curve here. The demand curve is basically an inversely proportional curve. It will be like curve, it's like curve towards the downwards. So, like say if the price of the commodity is 30 rupees, the quantity demanded for the particular commodity is 150. If the price of the commodity increases to 40, the quantity demanded will decreases to 100. This is called contraction of demand curve. If the price of the same commodity decreases to 20, the quantity demanded for the same commodity increases to 200. This is called extension of demand curve. So there are contraction and extension of demand curve. It will happen on the same demand curve. Then we'll move on to law of demand. Assumptions of law of demand. There are 5 assumptions in law of demand. First assumption is price of the substitute good should remains the same. What is substitute good? If I buy a product A, if I'm buying a product A for like 6 months, then product B comes with an offer. So I prefer to buy product B compared to product A. In this case, product B is a substitute good. So price of the substitute good should remains the same. So the second assumption is scale of preference should not change. Scale of preference is nothing but taste, habit, and then fashion of the consumer who is purchasing the commodity. It should not change. Income of the consumer should remains the same. This is the third assumption. Income should always remains the same. No expectation of price changes of the commodity in the near future. This is the fourth assumption. And the final assumption is commodity under question should not be prestigious. These are the assumption of law of demand. Then we will move on to the exceptions to the law of demand. Veblen effect, given goods, demonstration effect, necessities, shortage, precious items. These are the exceptions to the law of demand. What is Veblen effect? Veblen effect is nothing but purchasing less luxurious items like gold, silver, diamonds, etc. These comes under Veblen effect. What is given goods then? Given goods, if the price of the commodity is likely to increase in the near future, then it comes under the given good. Uh, for example, if there is a strike, there is a strike, then the cost of the vegetable will increase. So it comes under the given goods. Demonstration effect. Demonstration effect is nothing but creating desire. If my For example, if my friend buys a phone, I will get a deep desire to buy the same phone. This is called demonstration effect. Necessities is need to buy a particular item. It is called necessities. Shortage is want, the basic need. It's like emergency is urgent need of something. This is called shortage. And then precious items is purchasing portraits of leaders and then paintings and luxurious items, etc. These comes under the exceptions to the law of demand. In this presentation, we saw what is demand and then types of demand, demand schedule, demand curve, and then law of demand, as we covered assumption and exceptions of law of demand. Hope you all enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.